I was aiming to have 2 videos out this week because I completely failed to get one out last week. Not sure that's going to happen, but I am going to record some extra content so that I will either have a video on Thursday and Friday or 2 videos next week. And apologies again for completely flaking out and failing to post a video last week. So I'm still doing the Goth Challenge questions. Again, feel free to send me questions of your own. The question that I'm doing today, the first one, is for day number 3, question number 3. When did you come out of the goth closet? When did I come out of the goth closet? That's a really hard question for me to answer because I never really thought of myself as being in the goth closet. You know, when I came out as bi, I came out as bi. The goth closet, like I said, I never really thought of myself as being in a closet particularly. I talked in my previous video about being sort of afraid of what people would think and not seeking out the styles and fashion that I really loved because I wanted to fit in. And I think that it was probably the end of high school. I showed you that photo of my senior prom. It was the end of high school into college when I really started to first experiment with the idea of expressing myself through my fashion and the idea that it was okay that I wanted to grow up to be Morticia Addams, and that people weren't going to necessarily all disown me, and that if they did, they weren't the kind of people I wanted to be friends with anyway. That would be the closest I have to coming out of the goth closet. Question for day 4. This question is, name a stereotype or cliché you can relate to. Presumably, they mean a goth stereotype or cliché that you can relate to. I had a really hard time with this one. I actually went online before filming this and looked up goth stereotypes because I was having a hard time thinking of any that I felt connected to in any way that I went, oh yeah, no, that's me. And that's still true. I'm still not sure that there's a lot out there that I go, oh yeah, no, goth. I mean, we're not all like that, but I guess I am kind of that stereotype. There's very few that I feel I relate to in that way. Most of the stereotypes were things about, you know, that we're all Satanists, which I'm not, that we all do drugs and smoke, particularly clove cigarettes, which I've never done. You know, things like that, that we all wear black all of the time, and that we all are constantly sad and depressed and blah, 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 and for the most part I had a really hard time, like I said, relating to any of that. I do wear black probably 90 to 95% of the time, maybe even more than that, honestly. I think the only time that I don't wear primarily black is when I'm working out. I think a lot of my workout clothes are very vibrant because it's hard to find workout clothes that are high quality, you know, materials and workout clothes that are interesting and black. You can usually either find just a plain black everything, or you can find, like, interesting cuts and designs and what have you, and they're, like, neon yellow. Like, those seem to be the 2 options. I do have some stuff that sort of falls in between there. I have a good amount of workout clothes that I'm actually quite fond of for one reason or another, but I'd say that's probably the only time that I really wear any significant amount of color. I mean, I'm wearing red right now, right? I've got red in my necklace, my eyebrows are red, everything. Oh, I have a blue tattoo. But no, everything else about me, I'm dressed head to toe in black. So I guess that's one stereotype. And the other one is the notion that, you know, the stereotype that all goths are white and dye their hair black. That's not true. It's a shitty stereotype, particularly because it is racist. It's a racist way of looking at a subculture, and unfortunately a way of looking at the subculture that I think some members of the subculture share or do. But, you know, I'm English, Irish, German, and Welsh is my ancestry, and as of a few months ago I am in fact dyeing my hair black, so I guess that's a stereotype that I fit pretty neatly into. Question number 5, day number 5, is, Is there a local goth band or group in your area? I'm sort of terrible about being keyed into the local music scene, so if there is, I don't know about it. The closest thing I can think of is, I live in Richmond, Virginia, and of course we have Gwar. Gwar's not even remotely goth, although they are dark, and Gwar Bar hosts a monthly goth night, which I'm very excited about. Their second one is this month. I didn't get to go last month. I'm really hoping to go this month, because the only other goth club in town is a private club, and they allow smoking, and as a non-smoker, I really hate coming home reeking of cigarette smoke. So I think Gwar is the closest I can think of, and that is not even remotely actually a goth band or group. Thanks so much for watching. That's been questions 3, 4, and 5 of the Goth Challenge. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble about these things. And as ever, if you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in the YouTube comments or to message or email me directly.